London.
To be held in Australia is in doubt tonight after supergroup Oasis abandoned its American tour. With speculation rife, the group may split. Tens of thousands of Australian fans are anxious to know what's the story.
Things didn't look good when Noel Gallagher arrived at London's Heathrow Airport alone.
Is it the end for Oasis?
Officially, however, the word is their US tour was cut short because of internal differences, which led to speculation of a breakup. Songwriter Noel and lead singer Liam Gallagher are not shy about blowing their own horns, once claiming they were bigger and better than the Beatles. But the fact is they do sell albums. In just 2 years, they've sold 20 million. And their most recent release, What's the Story, Morning Glory, is the fastest-selling UK album ever. But it's the love-hate relationship between Noel and Liam that steals most of the headlines. Their tour of America got off to a disastrous start when Liam decided at the last minute to stay home in London. Intense media interest in the reason why he hadn't gone was met with a typical Oasis response. But they soon reunited, only to hit the headlines again last week with an appearance at the MTV Video Awards in New York, where Liam spat on stage before hurling a beer into the audience. This is the fourth time they've cut short an American tour, previously citing pneumonia and a nervous breakdown as excuses. And a third Gallagher brother says a fight is nothing new.
They always have arguments, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't look into it too much. They had an argument in Los Angeles about 2 years ago where Noel went on a bit of a bender. I think it split up then.
Australian fans can take heart though. The concert promoters say they've had an assurance from Oasis management that November's Australian tour will go ahead. But with this band you have to expect the unexpected. So if they do throw a wobbly between now and then, all ticket money is held in trust in case of refund. Angela Bishop, 10 News.
Group Oasis has rocked the music industry by abandoning its American tour. A row between the two brothers has sent songwriter Noel Gallagher home. But promoters say the band will perform in Australia later this year as planned.
Wake up the dawn and ask you why. They've sold more than 20 million albums, being compared to the Beatles, and on this tour, Oasis hope to crack the lucrative US market. The tour got off to a shaky start when lead singer Liam Gallagher delayed his arrival in the US, claiming he had throat problems. Things got worse at the MTV Awards with a less than impressive performance. And then after last night's show in North Carolina, brothers Liam and Noel had a row that cut short their US tour.
I wouldn't look into it too much. They had an argument in Los Angeles about 2 years ago where Noel went on a bit of a bender. I think it split up then.
Friends of the band say brotherly fights are nothing new.
Noel has decided to fly home. He's exhausted, he's tired of touring, he needs a break, he needs to work on the third album, which is a big pressure for him. And I believe that they will be back on tour come December. If they're not, I'll be very surprised.
In the United States, Tony Coughlin, 7 Nightly News.
By British rock group Oasis could be in doubt after a brawling breakup in America. It's already forced the cancellation of their US tour, and the future of the band is uncertain.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
They claim they're bigger than the Beatles, but just like the Fab Four, egos and infighting may have finally brought Oasis undone. In 5 years and just 2 albums, brothers Noel and Liam Gallagher have gone from penniless lads from Manchester to multi-millionaires. But their temper tantrums and raging arguments are legendary. This time Noel has simply walked out, their American tour now cancelled. Their record company would only say the band had internal difficulties. Arriving back in London alone, Noel Gallagher was swamped with questions, but replied in typical form. Oasis aren't just good at selling records, they've made an art form out of turning abuse and arrogance into publicity, which is why there is so much suspicion tonight. Is this truly the end?
You know, it's done for sensationalism, and I thought at first when I heard it, well, I guess they'll be announcing the reunion tour next week.
There's no doubt many hoping that's the case, not least the thousands in Australia already holding tickets for the group's sellout tour in November. Daniel Blyde, National 9 News, London.
And you, mate.
He says the group is still together despite abandoning its US tour and brothers Noel and Liam Gallagher flying home separately. It's believed the brothers are at a secret location sorting out their differences ahead of their planned visit to Australia in November. News now with Emerald. Band Oasis remains unclear. Its record company says they're still together but won't be completing any tours. They're due to perform here in November.
Music fans of English pop band Oasis are asking what's the story following the cancellation of the band's Australian tour. There's been no official reason for calling off the tour, but insiders believe a dispute over money between brothers Noel and Liam is behind it. The news comes just days after the band prematurely ended their US